Hi, I am Nikki Rich, and this is my video about my journal. My first journal entry that I actually did before I was able to get my notebook, so I just did it on regular, just computer paper. And this is my entry, and it was right in the beginning of the semester when we were kind of introducing ourselves to each other um, in the class. And I just kind of put, who I am. I am Nikki. That's the name that I go by. It's not my given name. It's my middle name. So I just wanted to put that out there because nobody really knows that because these classes are online, so it's hard for people to remember that. And I just put that I'm a mom, a student, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a teacher, and a friend. Just kind of explaining kind of my roles in my life. And I guess my current roles in my life. Of course, they can change at any time. You never know. But that was my first journal entry. For my second journal entry, I did a little cutouts from magazines to kind of describe just how I'm feeling about the situation that I'm in with my life right now. I titled it Balance. I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically depicts somebody balancing on their foot all the things that I have going on in my life right now. It includes family, work, love, and it has a picture of a couple, like my relationship with my husband, being healthy as much as I can because it's really hard to do that sometimes when I don't have time to actually sit down and cook and do all that kind of stuff that I want to do. Being a mom, having kids, maybe planning to have another baby. I don't know. Depends because there's so much stuff going on. My relationship with God, school, being fit as in not just eating healthy but actually exercising, energy, money, and time. So all of these are a part of my daily struggle as I try to balance everything. Um, I probably should have put something up there about finding a house, but uh, I ended up doing a whole nother journal entry for that because it's an issue all in of itself. So that was my second entry, and it actually really helped me. I was kind of surprised at how good it made me feel to kind of find these things that I was relating to the hecticness of my life right now and actually cut them out and put them on this paper. It was really kind of a little bit of de-stressing for me. So it actually made me feel good to do this because I actually had a chance to sit down and think about everything that's going on, and it really helped me. So my third journal entry is all related to my living situation. Currently, my husband and I both live with our daughter, with his parents. We moved in February so that we could all kind of work and live in the same area. My husband was driving like an hour and 15 minutes just to work every day. So I quit my job and found a new job closer so we could all be together. Well, we had a house all set up to move into, to buy, and then it kind of fell apart. So we are currently living with my in-laws, and so I did a journal entry kind of based on that. And I don't know if you can really see it because of the coloring, but it's just a house and it's kind of bulging, and I labeled it busting at the seams because I kind of feel like that's how we are in our day-to-day lives sometimes. Living here, not that I'm ungrateful for um, the opportunity to live here because I mean, we definitely wouldn't have had anywhere else to go, but it's just, we need our space. We're a growing family and we need our space. So this kind of just represents how I was feeling and how I still kind of feel about the situation, but we are working on it and we are still searching for a house. So hopefully we will have one soon. My next journal entry that I did was based on the fact that I interviewed for a job as a career development coordinator, and I really wanted it, and I didn't get it, and it made me really sad. It's a job that I've wanted for a long time, and it was just kind of disheartening because as soon as I got to the interview, I kind of felt the whole vibe of, oh, I feel like they already have somebody and they're just interviewing people because they have to. They only asked like 3 questions, and it was only like a 20-minute long interview, and they were only interviewing 3 people. So I kind of felt like it was um, just, so that they could cross their T's and dot their I's, kind of a thing. So I mean, it really kind of bummed me out. So I did this, and it's just kind of, it made me really sad. And so I labeled this rejection simply because that's kind of what I felt like. I felt like I was being rejected, even though that may not necessarily been the case. And, I kind of would like to think that maybe they did have somebody already in mind and already in place for the position, and if not, they would have completely chose me. That's what I kind of want to feel like. But still, anytime anything like that happens, it's always kind of a kick in the gut, and just kind of just made me feel really sad because I would love to have that. I would love to be a career development coordinator. It's one of my dream jobs. So that was my fourth, I think, entry. This next entry I did, I don't know, four days ago. Yes. And I was just feeling really anxious. I'm taking 2 classes this summer, and it's a lot of work to do in a short period of time. And so I was just feeling a little anxious. And so when I was younger, I used to draw and stuff a lot when I was feeling really stressed out. And so I just kind of did that a little bit. I used to always love to do these little swirly lines, and you really can't tell, I don't think, but there's some faded color in the background, and then there's just some um, scribbles on the swirls. And I used to do this a lot, and just kind of like the doodling kind of drawing really helps for me to take my mind off of things, and really helps me kind of like decompress and release some of my anxiety. So I forgot to title this one, but I guess I would just call it doodle, because that's kind of what I did, and it just made me feel better. I was just feeling really anxious and stressed out, and so it was just a way for me to kind of release some of that anxiety that I was having. The last journal entry that I've done so far has been in relation to my former pastor at the church that we went to when I lived in Washington, North Carolina, and he was diagnosed last summer with a high-stage liver cancer that had kind of spread to his lungs, and they know it's terminal, and it's it's a very sad situation. And so one of the big things that they do is talk about a Hebrews scripture that talks about hope anchoring the soul. And so I was just kind of thinking about him. I keep up with him a lot now through Facebook, and so I was just kind of reading up on him and checking on him, and he was on my mind. So I just wanted to draw this for him, kind of in a way. He's a very sweet man and a very godly man, and I hope that everything turns out well with him. So that was just kind of my way to just pay a little bit of respect to him, I guess, and just because I was thinking about him and he was on my mind. So I drew this little anchor pretty much just for him.